For 3 decades, Silicon Valley held an absolute monopoly over the future. If you wanted the world's best tech, California was your only choice. But in June 2026, the tech monopoly officially shattered. As global rivals build a parallel universe, the old tech order is coming to an end. Instead of massive data centers owned exclusively by American tech giants, frontier intelligence is decoupling and moving rapidly into the rest of the world. This isn't just a minor shift. It is a complete redistribution of global power, and the consequences will reshape how we interact with technology.
While U.S. tech giants are buying up entire nuclear power plants just to keep their data centers running, a new world order is rising. Today, we are going inside the great AI decoupling to see how China and Japan officially broke the Silicon Valley tech monopoly for good. Let's start with the biggest geopolitical shift, China's total AI independence. For years, the U.S. used aggressive export bans to starve their fabs. Washington believed that without access to NVIDIA's H100s, China's progress would freeze. But in June 2026, those assumptions were proven completely wrong. Through a massive domestic partnership with foundry giant SMIC, Huawei is mass-producing the ASN 920 chip using an advanced 6-nanometer process. Instead of chasing impossible nanometer sizes, Huawei utilized architectural innovations like the Tau scaling law and logic folding designs to boost computing density. By optimizing signal transit times, the ASN 920 matches the performance of NVIDIA's H200, bypassing the need for restricted US components.
China hasn't just bypassed the sanctions. They have built a completely sovereign stack that is entirely immune to Western trade policies and export bans. This parallel universe goes far beyond physical silicon. Beijing has systematically replaced every single layer of the traditional Silicon Valley software stack. They now run their own native AI frameworks like Mindspore, their own cloud servers, and their own frontier models like Qwen 3. Models like Baidu's Ernie 5 and Alibaba's latest networks are performing on par with Western models, completely running on local hardware. Because China owns the entire supply chain from minerals to software, they are exporting the sovereign stack directly to the global south. They are offering complete AI independence to developing countries at a price point that Silicon Valley startups simply cannot compete with. This has effectively split the digital world in half, creating a parallel AI ecosystem that operates completely outside of American control. But while China is building alternative hardware, Japan is leading a massive revolution in how AI software is coordinated and run.
A small, elite research lab in Tokyo called Sakana AI has released Fugu Ultra, changing the fundamental math of artificial general intelligence. Fugu Ultra uses a learned orchestration layer based on 2 breakthrough ICLR 2026 papers, bypassing the need for massive monolithic models. Their secret weapon is TRINITY, a lightweight coordinator with under 20,000 parameters that dynamically delegates work to specialized neural agents. Instead of one massive, expensive model trying to solve everything, TRINITY acts as a command center, managing a team of specialized submodels. It divides tasks into 3 optimized roles: thinker agents for strategy, worker agents for execution, and verifier agents to double-check results. The genius of this Japanese approach is that it completely decouples frontier intelligence from the requirement of owning state-of-the-art silicon. Because Fugu Ultra orchestrates smaller, specialized models, it can easily achieve GPT-6 level reasoning using older, export-free consumer-grade chips. On advanced benchmarks like GPQA Diamond, this smart cluster of cheap local hardware matched the intelligence of monolithic US supercomputers. This is the blueprint for computational sovereignty, allowing any country to run frontier intelligence on their own cheap local hardware. By optimizing software coordination, Japan has proven you don't need Silicon Valley's permission or their restricted $40,000 GPUs to reach AGI. This is forcing a massive strategic shift in the West, where the monopoly is facing a brutal physical bottleneck: electricity. To run massive monolithic models, US tech giants are hitting a wall. The American electrical grid simply cannot sustain their power demands. Microsoft recently signed a 20-year agreement to restart the Unit 1 reactor at 3 Mile Island, now called the Crane Clean Energy Center. In June 2026, the project cleared a major hurdle when regulators approved a key waiver to fast-track the reactor's restart by late 2027. At the same time, companies are building custom silicon to cut costs. Google introduced its 8th-generation TPUs, dividing training and inference. Their TPU-8i is built specifically for reasoning and reinforcement learning, actively optimizing energy use as server costs reach unsustainable levels. Meta is also scaling its MTIA roadmap, planning to deploy 4 custom generations of Broadcom-designed chips to run all social recommendation algorithms. Even OpenAI is trying to escape the GPU bottleneck. Their monthly compute bills are reported to exceed $1 billion. On June 24, 2026, OpenAI and Broadcom officially announced Jalapeño, their first custom-designed ASIC built specifically for large language model inference. By utilizing OpenAI's own models to assist in the design, developers completed the entire project tape-out in just 9 months. Jalapeño is already running workloads for GPT 5.3 Codex Spark in test labs, delivering an estimated 50% reduction in overall computing costs. But these chips are built for proprietary closed-loop systems. They are designed to keep users locked inside a single corporate ecosystem. While the US builds walled gardens, the rest of the world is building an open highway, decoupling from Silicon Valley's control. We are witnessing the birth of a digital iron curtain. The global technology map is officially splitting clean in two. On one side stand the expensive, closed-loop systems of US giants, backed by restricted hardware and massive nuclear energy grids. On the other side are the open, highly orchestrated, and sovereign systems emerging from China, Japan, and the European Union. In Paris, French AI pioneer Mistral is actively testing local orchestration methods to keep European enterprise data independent from US clouds.
Meanwhile, Indian startups like Sarvam are actively deploying localized models to run complex languages on standard, inexpensive local cloud servers. These developing nations are no longer willing to pay the Silicon Valley tax or rely on US-controlled API keys for their future. They are choosing the sovereign stack, which means the US is losing the battle for the next 5 billion internet users. This decoupling means the internet as we know it is ending. We are moving toward a permanent, highly fragmented global splinternet. Your AI assistant, your search results, and even your hardware will depend entirely on which specific AI zone you live in. The US zone will offer a highly polished, integrated experience, but it will require constant, expensive corporate subscriptions to maintain. The sovereign zone will offer flexible, localized intelligence that runs on cheap, independent hardware, completely free from any foreign control.
The intelligence revolution has officially become a hard geopolitical border, and the old digital landscape is shifting forever under our feet. Silicon Valley just lost its monopoly. The new AI world order is here, and it is being built in Shenzhen and Tokyo. The question isn't whether the US can win the AI race, it's whether they can survive a decentralized, decoupled world. What do you think? Is China's sovereign stack the real threat, or is Japan's multi-agent orchestration the true game changer here? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to stay ahead of the next tech shift, subscribe to Zero to AI. We will continue to track the global hardware wars and developers breaking the limits of computation. Thanks for watching. Keep a close eye on the horizon. The new AI world order is already here. We'll see you in the next one.